And we're live. Faith and I, Matt, just starting to go through the week one homework again for the first session of Weekend Collaboration on the 10th of June. And so you're gonna read the. I'm gonna navigate there as well. What is it? How is it? Homework Sinatra? No. Yeah. Sinatra hang person, right? Or no? No. It's week one, huh? Homework week. Homework intro. SAS book. Were you gonna read it?
You read it?
Yeah. So,
you could read it.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. I need to find it. Homework Ruby intro. Cool. Yeah, so we've already installed all the stuff, the bundler and cloned and everything, and we're here on number 2, which is define a method sum. Well, the method's already defined, right? But a method sum to n array, which takes the parameters array and n. That takes an array of integers and an additional integer n as arguments and returns true if any two elements in the array of integers sum to n. Nice. Sum to n, an empty array, and n should return false for any value of n by definition. Yeah, that makes sense. So run the associated test via rspec and spec part 1 spec RB on line 42. So you're gonna do that.
Okay. Spec. True. Line.
No, I think you're in the wrong place. I think you're in part 2. Part 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So part 1 spec and line 42. Yeah.
Sum to n. Returns true. Returns true when any two elements sum to the second argument. Okay, expect. Wait, okay. Oh. Any two elements sum to the second argument. Sum to the second. Which one is the second argument?
So go back to Ruby intro, because the method's already defined for you, right? So you have here, you have two arguments, right? You have array, which can be empty, right? We saw, or it can be an array of numbers, array of integers. And then you have the second argument is n, right? If you go back to part 1 spec, you can see what they're testing for, but you could test it using different numbers or different second arguments, you know.
Okay.
So on part 1 spec. Yeah. So you can see on line 47.
Yeah.
The first argument is.
The first argument is the array.
Which
And
is
the second argument is 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to see like 1 plus 2 equals 5? No. You know, and then 1 plus 3? No. 1 plus 4? No. 1 plus 5? No. So then you go, okay. All right, 1 plus 5? Yeah. No, 1 plus 4? Yeah. So then it would be true. Or, you know, 2 plus 3 is 5 as well.
What? Okay. But it has to be the sum of 2 numbers, right? 2 elements.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. So.
Yeah, it says if returns true if any 2 elements in the array of integer sum to n.
Okay. Trying to think of a way of. This is new for me.
Yeah.
How did you go about it?
Well, we're going to need to some way of going through the array and looking at all the elements, right?
Yeah.
So how do we do that in Ruby?
We need to iterate through the array.
Sorry?
We need to iterate through the array.
Yeah, exactly. And how do we normally iterate through arrays in Ruby?
.h.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we need a block.
Yep.
And then what should we call it?
Yeah, elements is nice, yeah.
Okay. Is it descriptive enough? Element.
The other thing I'm thinking is that how are we going to, because if we just add in one variable, like element, for example, then you're going to do element plus what? I don't know if there's a way to pass in two variables for
if
there's a way to pass in 2 variables for an array when you iterate through an array. I can Google it real quick. Pass in 2 variables.
Like so, like do like how we do the hash.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible, but it's something I was thinking. Or if there's another method that that does this for us that we can use that, like let's see, what's the Ruby way to iterate over 2 arrays at once? No. Yeah, I'm looking here, like Sorry, go ahead.
Here?
Where? Yeah.
Oh, you're saying something. No, I was going to. I just saw how this person is using indexes.
Yeah.
But then they just called. They only used one.
Ruby array methods for 2.3.0. We found out yesterday is important because
yeah.
you found. Nice.
I think so. Because then this person offered this answer, and then somebody said rather than referencing them by pair index 0 and pair index 1, why not just pass them to the block as separate variables? So.
But the method that they're calling is the each slice.
Okay.
So I have each slice here. We have each. There's each. There's a couple each. Each constant. Each entry. What else? Each slice. That's what they used. Each slice. So each slice, and then you pass in a variable and a block, iterates the given block for each slice of n elements. If no block is given, returns an enumerator. So they use like a range 1 through 10, dot each slice 3, and then they have the variable a, and they want to put a. So the output below. So each 3, it slices it in 3 and prints, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if that's what we're looking for. I mean, we could try it in pry, for example. But yeah, because here on the yeah. Yeah, did you in prior trying with that each and see if it works by passing in 2? Yeah, we could try that.
But then how does it know
Which is which? Good question. I mean, we can just try it and see if what happens. Each, because the first maybe it assigns to the first, then a plus b, a plus b. Let's see what happens. Nil can't type error. Nil can't be coerced into integer. So that's not good. Yeah. That wasn't working. So let's have a look at the method names. I think, it would seem like each would be something nice to use, right? Because then you can look at each entry, Each entry. What's each entry do? Yeah. Each entry print O. So each entry. It's expecting only one, I think. Yeah, so that for each entry I printed A, but that would work if you just did each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the whole deal about using each entry? Because you can use it with a method calls block once for each element in self, passing that element as a parameter, converting multiple values from yield to an array. No, yeah, not sure that's what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking here at this array here, this class array, where they have each two returning new values. I wonder if
H2.
because
That's a while.
well, so I don't know. I think this probably is not what we're looking for either. You can loop through as well, like using this 5.times do, but don't think that's gonna help us. What else can we come up with? Is this the one you found? Yeah. So how do they do that? They slice by 2. Yeah. So if we did slice 2, and then what do they pass in as a block? Oh, it's do and something A, and then yeah, that's not what we're looking for either, is it? Maybe. Then A 0 plus A 1. No, can't be coerced into an integer. And that's error a lot, huh? And this from 2015. I think this is different, huh? Because it's okay. So they sent to this one here. We have So this, this thing here might help us. Yeah, it's the each slice you're talking about, but
so we'll
let's see how it works though. Pry
back.
equals 1, 2, 3, 4. But this, I don't know if this works. If there's because this is not. The thing is that we don't want it to just we don't want it to just go over the two that are in order, right? We want it to go over any two, right?
Yeah.
So, and then print B, and yeah. So then the last one returns nil. Oh no, then it
So this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to. That's probably because it's inside of that. Oh. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. So A dot each slice to new line equals B, and B dot sum. So I printed the sum of them, right? I don't know if you can see.
I wasn't seeing, but what were you saying?
If you go like over each slice, and then you can do it by two numbers, and then you can set that to a variable B, and then you can, well, actually, I don't even think you need to do this new array equals B. I think you could just do this, and then print B dot sum, and then that
only
prints.
add 2.
Yeah. And that doesn't, yeah, that's what I was saying, is it only adds, it slices it in two, you know, with two elements, and then it sums up those two elements, but then you would need to go through it again and slice it in, you know, like in a different way. So I don't think that's our answer. So checking sum of any two elements equals n Ruby. Let's see what. Find if n exists as a sum of any two numbers in the given. Oh, there we go. Array. Okay. Well, this person gave the answer that doesn't work. Here's an approach. Do you understand this?
Nope. If you want to get those two elements.
So we have here it depends on what it's asking. What is it asking? It's asking us to return true or false.
But either way, we haven't even like done the first part.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering what, because there's different. If we needed to return the two elements, then we need to do it like this. If we needed to return, and like, yeah, if we needed to return just true or false, then maybe there's a different way we can do it. You know. So here, it returns true if any two elements in the array of integers sum to n, and then it should return false if for any value of. Yeah, like if it's an empty array, it should return false. Those are two things. You need to return true if it's true, and okay, so and like maybe it work then. So this first one here is like they have sum to n, and they pass in the array, and they pass in n. We already have that, right? And then they say, I don't remember exact. Do you remember what these two bangs mean at the beginning of the array? Or at the beginning of the. Okay, so let's ask operator Ruby. Double bang, double bang, double bang, double bang. 0. So this bang and equal checks if the values two operands are equal or not. If values are not equal, then conditions become true. Okay. Yeah, that's not equals. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. I'm not sure.
It casts a variable into type Boolean and determines if it's truthy or falsy. So the double exclamation mark will convert the result to a Boolean value so that in case.
Right. Do you want to try typing this into your pry and let's play with it?
Yep.
So you already have an array, right?
Okay. Oh, we're on the same page. Oh no.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. Sorry, I was looking at my screen from your screen.
So you already have an array, yeah?
Go back. Yeah. So we are trying to.
Well, you need to start with and just the array, like in like as a variable, maybe. No, you don't. I don't think you need to do the whole method, because we just want to see if we pass in an array and do the logic, if it'll return true or false, you know.
Okay.
So you have an array, and then you do a double bang before the variable.
Also, I must create.
I don't know. You probably could just put double bangs in front of that, yeah. .find, and then you're gonna pass in a block with like e element or whatever as the variable. Oh wait. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Have I done? Oh.
Pass in a block and then pass in element or something.
No, that's not.
You're gonna do that array dot include.
The question mark does what?
Actually, you can't do a because you haven't actually made that array into a variable, have you?
No, but do we need to do that?
Yeah, because you're passing you're putting the a as the variable inside of the block, but a is not the variable inside the block. A is equal to 4 for an array, 4 4 5 4 or whatever. Yeah, just an array of numbers. Yeah, and then do the double bang dot a dot find. And then change that a at the beginning of the block. And say element. Yeah, E in this case, because they're calling E. No, because you're using later. And then instead of n, you're going to need to pass in an actual number, because we haven't made the method. So you need to look at the thing, and like 54 plus 2 is what, 56 or something like that, you know?
62.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing.
60 minus E. No, not 62, because that's the sum of all of them. You just want the sum of two of them. Yeah. No, see if that. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's true.
Okay. So it means
that works for the first part. What happens if you pass in an empty array? Like, yeah. Yeah. And then b dot include. So the question mark that you were asking about earlier is part of the method include.
Okay.
That returns false. Yeah. So that's good. So that should work, right?
Okay.
I think. Go there and put it yeah. See if it works.
Okay.
And in this case, we're not using each. We're using find.
Element.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Yeah. So yeah, this question mark is part of the method, and but yeah, the thing is, I think this method automatically returns true or false. So I'm curious to see if it works without the double bangs, but let's see if it works first.
Yeah, because this anything with a question mark is I've forgotten what's the name of that method. Any method that returns a truthy or falsy value.
Yeah.
What do you call those type of methods?
I'm not sure.
Because
method name Ruby or Boolean. Return Boolean value. So yeah, but
have you found?
No. A predicate method.
Yes, predicate. Yeah. So we could even
yeah, nice.
and then element.
I actually I don't know if it does need that because I'm reading here. We can try either way, but I'm reading here. It was talking about how a method ending with the question mark should return a value which can be evaluated to true or false. If you want to ensure a Boolean return, you can do so by adding a double bang to the finder. You know, so we can try both ways, but maybe try first the way that we think it's going to work, and then try it without. I don't know.
I'm trying to make Robocop happy.
It's very important.
Method parentheses. Use def parentheses. What's this?
I'm use def with parentheses when there are parameters. I don't know. I thought it was the opposite. But
Oh. Anyway, I don't know what's.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about changing the stuff that we already given. You know. Opa. Still failed. Ah, yeah. You didn't.
Yeah. Returns true when two elements.
Weird, huh? So what is it? But it gives more information on why it failed. That's what we need to read, right? Not just that it failed. So why did it say it failed? Because it expects, because it doesn't work with negative numbers.
Returns true when any of the two elements okay, expect some.
Yeah. So it's failing on two different places. It's failing on the one that's negative, and it's failing on the one that has just one element.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see why is it failing on the first one? Does it
So
say?
it means
Expected
the first one,
false, but it got true.
this one is returns true when any of the two. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. But why did it fail though? Because it expected false and it got true, right? So how did it get true? Like we're gonna
expect to be false. No two elements.
No, it's on line 49 that it's failing.
It's 51.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Oh, we started with. Yeah, it's on 51.
So why would that be failing? Go back to the.
Because our currently.
Yeah.
Currently, our method, the method you've written, only caters for when there is a sum of when n can be found when two numbers are sum. So we haven't. I don't know. Am I making sense? Like, do you understand why?
No, because it passes. It passes on 47, on 48, and 49, right?
47. So 47 is what we had written. 48.
Yeah.
Expect some to be true.
Yeah.
Which is true. And then, but that makes sense.
It's just failing on 50. It's not failing on 51 either, is it? No, it's failing on 51, but it's not failing on 50.
Which is expected because currently the method we've written caters for line 47 to 50. It does not cater when you have an array and summing any of the array cannot add up to. Oh, wow. Yeah, because you see, you can't. No, I am lying.
Yeah, it's false because there's no two of those. But go back to the code and let's try to see why it's failing. So we're going through the array and we're finding the elements, right? And then we're asking if the array includes the element, which is n minus the element. And in this case, n is 12, right? So 12 minus, and then it goes through in each element at a time, right? So 12 minus, I need to be able to see the, on your terminal, go up to the first one so we can, no, so we can look at the same time. There, up, down. There. So 12 minus -1 is 11, right? 11's not there. 12 minus -2 is 10. 10's not there. 12 minus 3, 9. 9 is not there. 12 minus 4, 8. 8 is not there. -8 is, but 8 is not there. 12 minus 6 is 6, and 6 is there.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why it's passing, is because it's saying 12 minus 6, and then it's looking for 6, and then it's finding 6 in the array.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's why it's true, right?
Yeah, that's why it's true. It's because it's finding 6 in the array, you know? The array includes 6. So we would need to include n minus the element, not including the element itself.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. So like,
but I'm not sure how exactly we can do that. There's another on that same one we found. There's another one that I'm curious if it would work. That's like calls a method called a combination of two, and then you can pass in the dot find where the x plus the y is equal to the n. You know.
Okay.
But it actually returns. It doesn't return a boolean though, so we'd have to change it to add the double bangs at the beginning. But maybe that would work. I can do it in Pry, but that's not going to give us a complete answer because we don't know if it can handle. But I think it would be better to handle because it passes in values for x and y instead of just passing in values for. Okay, so I have a method called sum to number, and then if I call sum, what was the array that's failing? Can you read me the values of the array that's failing? -1,
-1, -2, 3, 4, 6. -4, 6, -8.
There's negative.
That's okay, -8.
-8, oh, cool. And then the second n is 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. False. So that works for that one, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
It's passing.
Yeah, it's a combination of two, right? So where's combination? The method combination. What does this combination do? Because that's kind of nice, but it might not be available on Ruby 2.3. Like I don't see any method called combination.
I think it is available because it's passing.
Oh, passing. Oh, that was fast. How did you do that fast? You copied and pasted.
No, I can't access your screen.
Okay. All right. So weird, huh? Because I would like to learn more about this combination.
Yes, go ahead.
Combination and Ruby. So combination of an array.
It's actually doing what you wanted. We were looking for the first time, right? Like having.
Yeah.
When you're saying how do you access two elements in an array?
Yeah.
You're trying to do something. Oh yeah, this is the normal combination.
Where? You're looking at my screen?
No, like I remember I did this. I've done combination and
yeah.
Before, like something related to combination before, and you have to. It's heavily learned when you're doing probability.
Yeah, so by itself, the combination just returns like if you do array.combination 2, and then they're passing into array, then it will give you all the possible combinations of the two elements. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2. You know, but then because we're calling dot find and then giving those two, those two variables.
You completed that statement.
Yeah, I showed you at the beginning, right? I had in here like I said, I don't think it's me that did this one, but it was like this, you know, which is really a lot longer. There's like running, it's running a for loop, right? With putting I as the variable and in a range from 0 to 1 less than the length of the array, and then inside of that, it's running another for loop for j, which is in I plus 1 until the length. And then if the array at I plus the array at j is equal to n, then return true. and if not, then return false.
Okay.
But I mean, you can see this is a lot more code.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead
There was something you're mentioning as you explaining how the dot find. What are you saying?
I was just saying that the dot find is doing like what I was asking about at the beginning, right? Is being able to pass in variables for the two elements.
Ah, okay.
But it's doing that because in combination with the combination method, which is grabbing two of the every combination of two elements within the array, right?
Yeah.
So array.combination, and then combination of two, and then we're going to find, and yeah, and then we're going to add, yeah, I guess I don't really know what is a really great way to call them, but so did you say return true? No, because you don't need to return true because we have the double bang at the beginning. So yeah, a plus b equals n. A plus b equals n. And then RuboCop is happy, right? And RSpec is happy as well, I think.
RuboCop is not.
RuboCop's not happy.
Avoid the use of double negation.
So what does it say to use instead? Because we're not trying to do double negation. We're trying to use this double bang as to return to force it to return a Boolean value. Actually, what happens if you take off that double bang? Does it still pass?
And by the way, what time were we supposed to stream?
We're streaming already.
At 10. Sorry, I meant.
Oh. Yeah.
On general, it's failing.
Yeah, we have another 45 minutes. It's failing.
But there are things that are passing.
Oh.
Oh no, sorry. It's failing.
Yeah.
I looked at.
We can remove the double bang then.
Remove?
Yeah.
No?
Okay. No?
It's failing when you remove it.
Oh, I thought you said the other tests were failing. No.
Yeah, like so, because when I scrolled, I scrolled till here, so I forgot that there are two different tests.
Right. So we need the double. So it's interesting the RuboCop doesn't give you an
suggestion.
Yeah, or if you run RuboCop from the command line, maybe it does. Part specs, part 1 spec. This is from line 42. Yes, it's passing with the double bangs, and without the double bangs, it is failing. Right. Okay. What did it return? Expected true got because it returns the array. Because we're finding, yeah, that makes sense. So I wonder if there's a way to refactor it. Let's see. Why is RuboCop complaining? RuboCop spec part 1 spec. Wow, RuboCop's really upset. 89 offenses from just that one, just part 1. What? Okay, so let's be more specific. 42, can I say? No, on 40, no, line 14, right? We're not, yeah, I'm not trying to run RuboCop on this anyways. I'm trying to run RuboCop on lib Ruby intro, and let's say on line 14. Yeah.
I was asking, we were to update the events on the website at 10, right? At the normal time. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, 45 minutes. Yeah. I need to mute myself because my wife's gonna be making noise, so I can chat on the chat just for a minute.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, sorry. She's gonna use. It's gonna every once in a while you're gonna hear a machine blending the thing, but I don't know exactly when it's gonna make the noise. So I can either mute myself all the time or I can just leave it. So when I ran Rubocop in my local machine, oh yeah, it does. Avoid the use of double negation. It complains. Weird, because when I tried to run it just on that line, it didn't return any offenses. Oh, 0 files inspected. Oh, so you can't run one line at a time.
Mine, no offenses detected.
Yeah, because it says 0 files inspected.
Oh wow.
So like you're running it on, for example, you're running it on the spec as well, which we're not care about the spec. We care about the lib/Ruby intro file, right?
Oh yeah.
But it comes up with a bunch of errors as well. Like there's 27 offenses on that one page. But what happens? Maybe I don't know if this is better or if Rubicap will be happier. But what if I was just thinking? What if we put like return true if the and then pass in the array dot combination to blah blah blah. Does it complain then? Some array return some array. Return hello. No. So that passes. Rubocop. Did you understand what I said?
I'm not so sure if.
Are you looking at my screen?
No, but I am. Okay, let me look.
Exactly. Yeah, like that. Return true if blah blah blah.
Screen? Oh, okay, okay, all right. Oh.
I mean, I don't know which is better, you know.
It's failing.
Oh, it's failing.
Yeah, have you passed?
Oh no, I didn't get past
it. Oh, you only checked for Robocop.
Yeah, I mean, if Robocop's happy, then why do we need a passing test? I got nil. Right.
It's failing. Yeah, I got nil.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if there's another way we can I don't know if there's another way.
Make both artists Copy and Robocop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there probably is, but like I was gonna say, we could go try to find the this. Let's see, where's the name of the double negation style, avoid use of double negation. Maybe they give some sort of. And normally, if there's an alternative, they give you the alternative, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It says you can use like a not is not nil, but I don't think that would work in our case. Because see if that passes the test first. Yeah, that passed the test. That's good. And then it'll pass Rubikov as well, presumably. Rubikov, that. Wish you could run one line at a time, but you can't. So we need to go up. Yeah, so that passes Rubikov and it passes the test. Did you see what I did?
See. You did that, and oh, what is this?
What does this mean? Well, the first bang means not, right? So
yeah.
I guess it means like if this thing in the middle is not nil. Because this, if you put it without then it would be asking, is this nil? So then if you put it at the beginning, you're saying, is it not nil?
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to play with it a little bit more, I'm happy to. We can come here and pry and like try to see what. So if I say a dot combination to this is too much. What if I do this? Oh no, I need to rewrite the whole. So that, and then we put that. I just want to use this, but I want to use this. But A is undefined. Yeah, A is undefined. All right, so A is equal to 1, 2, 5, 87, 92. And then A dot combination find undefined local, yeah, equal to 34. Nil. Yeah, so this returns nil.
Okay.
Right, because there's no combination of, but then if I do this where I say 3, for example, then it's going to return the 2 elements that yeah.
Okay.
So if I run this, for example, and I say nil, then it's going to return true.
Oh, okay.
So that means that there's no combination, because it returns nil when it doesn't find a combination that matches the criteria. Then, like if I do here as well, nil, and then it's going to say false. That's not nil. So then, but we actually want this to return true, right?
Yeah.
Because we know that this means that there is a combination. So then if we pass in here is not nil, then it's true. And if we do here is not nil, then it's false because this is nil.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you, Rubikov.
That was super.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next one?
Next one is
part 2. We're in part 2. Hey, nice. Like,
wow.
It takes 6 hours to get to in between parts. All right. That's all right. It's not a race.
Yeah, it's not a race.
All right. So strings and regular expressions. Check the documentation on string and regex as they could help tremendously with these exercises. Good. So 0, define a method, hello name, that takes a string representing a name and returns the string hello, concatenated with the name. Run test via rspec -e, hello, spec / part 2. Yeah, that whole thing.
Hey, why do you have a -e?
I'm not sure what -e means. -e rspec. Control find rspec -e. No. I know. Doesn't really say that I can see anything about -e. R spec expectations, side effect, R spec expectations. Yeah. What does R spec minus E do? Are better specs. Yeah. Better specs. Better specs. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But
Oh, it has something to do with finding a specific method.
yeah.
Have you found it?
No. I kind of. I'm just curious why we're running the test differently for part 2 than we did for part 1. You know, because part 1 we just passed in the line number, right, or passed in the backslash part. Yeah. Yeah, it's to run a specific the name of a specific test instead of doing it based on the line that the test comes on. Because if you see at the it says you can check your progress on all of the above by typing rspec and then spec slash part 2 spec.rb, you know.
Okay.
So it's, yeah, to run the specific hello method. And I'm going to leave you to try to figure out this one because I think this one you've already done before.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
All right. Oh. So define hello method that takes screens representing. So where are you failing test? Command pay. Hello. Expect hello. Nice. So what do you want?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? What's not working?
What I have written.
Oh, man. Look at did you already look at why it's failing? Because that's more interesting than it is failing, right? So look.
Expect incorrect results for input done. Correct string.
That's not so helpful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a good start, right? Because you can tell that it's looking for. Yeah, you can see by the to equal what it's looking for, right? It's looking for hello, comma, and then the name. So that's a good start. Yeah, see if that passes.
I think I have. It's not passing.
Oh, it's not passing. Well, I see one other. I see one other mistake. Right. So go to maybe does it tell you? No, that's not so helpful. So you can see on the instructions that it says that takes a string representing a name and returns the string hello concatenated. So go there and search on Google for string concatenation.
So the adding the plus.
Yeah.
Or...
In this case, I don't think you need it.
Okay.
And you definitely need the comma, right? Because it's looking for the comma. But
yeah.
But that's not your problem. Your problem is just a tiny syntactic error, which would be nice if Rubocop told you about. I'm kind of mad at Rubocop. I don't know if I told you.
Why?
Because I had an and in the wrong place on my controller somehow. I don't know exactly how. And it was causing some really crazy bug. And then Rubocop didn't catch that the end was in the wrong place. And then I ended up spending so much time looking for it. And then, yeah, I just got mad at Rubocop. Hey, there you go. That looks better.
So I'm like, why does it look like this?
Hey, nice. All right. I mean, anything you want to pause on for that, or I don't think so. That one's pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we've done quite a number.
So remember yesterday, I think we were talking about. Yeah, nice. You beat me to it. Cool. Right. Why is that the case? Do you remember?
No, but I'm assuming. No, I'm just assuming any method should return something that has been written in it. But
so
I don't know.
Why don't you? I'm trying to see how you can test what I'm talking about. Yeah. Well, the what we talked about yesterday,
Wait,
like.
Is this what you wanted to say?
What? Yeah.
Before I remove the return.
Yep.
Interesting.
So go to the top of this file. Do you remember on the first one, the sum array, you ended up adding two different lines to that, right? And then it was causing one of the tests that was passing before to fail, and it was causing the other one to pass. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And do you remember why it was doing that?
Wait, let me think. I can't remember.
Yeah, you could replicate it, the problem again, but the reason why is because in Ruby, by default, it returns the last line of the method, right? So, for example, you can test it really quickly by on line 6, at the end of line 6, add a new line and put in a 0, and then run that test, just that one test again.
Was it part 1?
Yeah, part 1. Right? Yeah. See that? So it's failing that second one because it's just returning, and it's passing the other one because it's returning 0, right?
Yeah. So that's the latest.
Yeah. So it's not even, it's doing this r.reduce, but then you're telling it to return 0. So it's actually getting lost. So that's why you don't need to use return.
Okay.
All right. So starts with consonant. So define method starts with consonant and takes in a letter, it looks like, or takes a string, yeah, and returns true if it starts with a consonant and false otherwise. So it takes in a string, right? Okay. For our purposes, a consonant is any letter other than A, E, I, O, O. Yeah, I, E, A, I, E,
A-E.
A-E-I-O-U. A-E-O-U in Portuguese. And in Swahili.
Imagine that's Swahili.
Oh, yeah? How is it in Swahili?
Because, okay, I don't know if I'm lying, but when I first saw it, I would have read it. Or when I first, like before you read it, my way of reading it would be A-E-I-O-U.
A-E-I-O-U. Ah, it's the same as Portuguese.
Yeah. I don't know if that's not. I'm not so sure.
Nice. So note to be sure it works for both upper and lowercase and for non-letters. Okay. So you can see here that the title of this is strings and regular expressions. So I think that we're going to need to use a regular expression here. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, because we're going to make sure we've printed nothing that matches with A-E-I-O-U.
Yeah.
So
what do we need to do? We need to say true if it's a consonant, and if it's a vowel or any non-letter, then it's going to return false, right?
Oh, okay. If it's for purpose, a constant. Oh, yeah. That's a vowel or any non-letter. True. So the first thing we need to do, we are only interested in the first index, right?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
I'm saying, I was trying to suggest something. Is it the first thing we're interested in is the first index, anything that's on the first index, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it starts with, right?
Yeah. So we need to access it, and then now return true. So we return false. We return true.
Yeah, I'm kind of going in and out of muting myself because of the noise. But I asked you a question on chat, like if you've ever worked with regex before.
Yes, but I've never really felt comfortable working with it.
So while you're doing that, like because you were putting there that like we need to access the first index, like I was just curious, like the first thing I did was to see if the class string has any method that that's already ready for us, that's that does this type of function. And I found that there's a method called start underscore with that's a predicate method that returns true if it starts with, yeah. So you can see on my screen, right? Hello dot start with, and then hell, and then it's true. It returns true if one of the prefixes matches. So if you can pass in more than one apparently, and if it matches any of them, like it doesn't match heaven, but it matches hell, and so then it returns true, right? So maybe we could use this to start with, right?
Yeah. Return true if Oh, starts with. Have you worked with rejects before? Could you share your
Singular.
screen? Could you share your screen?
Yep. It's the singular start with instead of starts.
Start with.
Right.
So then, should I do this? If not, or not?
Maybe, but the next step, if I were you, is I would go and the reason I asked if you've worked with regexes before, I frequently just like type in Google regex cheat sheet, and then it can show you all of the options that you can pass in as a regex.
Should I write Ruby, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter because regexes can be used in lots of different languages, and they're the same in every language.
An English lowercase letter that is not a vowel.
So yeah, like if you look there at the first one that you're looking at, and because we're looking for consonants, right? If it starts with a consonant, so like on the if you search for in the control find, if you search for consonant,
It's only one.
yeah. So there and if you can, instead of looking at the class operation, why don't you look at the example? Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So if you pass that regex in A through Z, and then that thing, that will look for any lowercase consonant, right? But we're also looking for any uppercase consonant, and we're also looking for anything that's not what is it? Not a consonant value. Anything that's a non-letter.
Yeah. So should I look for another one that has both uppercase and lowercase? Or you know how to convert it?
And also non-letter, we need to find that as well. Yeah, you can just Google that, or you can, if it's easier for you, and I can have a look at the regex guides.
Okay.
You find something?
No, have you?
I found something that's interesting, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're on the same page.
I'm on the same one you were on, the Rex egg. So I just put in here non for like non-letter, and I found here like a non-white space character that is a non-digit and not a letter. So that would cover even more than what we're looking for, and it's basically like this combination, right? Which is like a capital S, which if you come up here to the very top, like it tells you a little bit about what these things stand for. Like, so if you come here, here, these characters. So a D is going to be in most a one digit from 0 to 9. If you pass in a D, if you pass in a W, it's going to be a word character. If you pass in an S, is going to be, in most engines, is going to be a white space character, which we don't really care about white spaces, right? We don't really care about digits. So we could modify, like you see here, like this capital S is a one character. There's not a white space as defined by your engine's S, which is what it's passing in down here. So like we don't really need this S, we don't really need this D, but then you can see here you see this character here is like the hat character, I guess is what it's called, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe you can see from, this is a good example, for example. So this here, if we read the example, so this is an English lowercase letter, which we pass in like this, a lowercase a through a lowercase z, because we can use ranges, right? So this is that first part. And then and then it says that is not a vowel. So here A, E, I, O, U, or A, E, O, U is are vowels, right? But you can see that this is not a vowel. So what do you think this hat character does?
Negate what you've list next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then if you look at it in combination with this one here, maybe this one here says that is a non-digit, and not a letter, right? So, and you can see they have this. So this is not, and then you have this lowercase a to z, and then you have this uppercase a to z, right? So this is, you can see that this is like this is making it non-case sensitive or something like that. It's checking for both cases.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here. Okay, look at this. So this is a way that you would, if you're looking for a vowel that's uppercase, then you can pass in like this. A, I, O, U, all uppercase, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that helps. But that only covers the cases for if it's a vowel that's uppercase or lowercase, and doesn't cover for the non-letters, does it?
Can you add?
Yeah, you can. You can go adding as many as you want, right?
Okay. Can you add in the same bracket?
I don't. Let me see. What do you mean?
Like, say, if you have this, assuming you want to add. Okay, what's the other thing? In Arabic, okay. Something I like. Assuming it was like that, so adding, I mean by adding now. Add something that's not that, then assuming that was another thing, you add like such that you get rid of anything that you don't want.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, if you look on the right on the first example that they give you that's in green, that not on the top, but there in our character class operations, you can see like the example they say A to Z. No, on the example. the third column now. A to Z, and then they say minus A, E, I, O, U, right? So this means that you're looking for a lowercase consonant, right? Because you're saying all of the letters, but minus the vowels, right? So that means you're looking for all the consonants, you know? So you could use that, and then you could maybe add uppercase, you know, an uppercase as well. But I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it, but it's maybe one way to do it, you
know. So without even spacing it. Like that.
No, I think you'd probably have to. After the brace, the closing brace, after the lowercase u.
Mm-hmm.
So take off that uppercase.
Take off what?
Remove the uppercase that's from within that. Yeah. Now after the brace, that's the closing brace after the u.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can write in uppercase A minus Z. No, you don't need another bracket, I don't think.
We are removing.
So now we're adding. So yeah, but you want it to be uppercase, right? Because you already checked for lowercase. And then you need to put in brackets again. And then you need to put the uppercase version of A, E, I, O, or U.
Oh.
So maybe you can pass that in and see if that passes for something. Well, yeah.
So should we array, put it in array or?
What do you mean?
Like our letters.
Well, let me go back to the instructions. Yes,
no,
right
like I'm saying in a normal.
Yeah. So it says here, define a method starts with consonant and takes parameter S that takes a string.
Okay.
So yeah, we're not dealing with an array of strings. We're just dealing with a string, right?
But then I don't know.
No, you can't do that because that's not a method. That's a regex. So what's the method?
What's the method?
Yeah, that's my question for you. What's the method?
Oh, starts with.
Yeah, exactly. Starts or start?
Sorry.
And then a question mark.
With.
And then you.
What have I done?
Well, I think you need to give a space before after starts with, right? Oh, no. Exit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're saying?
Yeah, I think A is going to be undefined now because you started a new price session. But you just
Okay.
add no.
Are you Matthew?
Yeah, with two T's.
Okay, then do that.
Yeah, but you need a space between after the with.
Oops.
And I still don't think that's going to work because there's another syntactic thing there.
Okay, so
how should
I make it work? How should I make it work?
Well,
you want me to try this first?
Yeah, give a space and see what happens. See if it gives you any information or no, it just enters there. So I don't know what it thinks. It thinks maybe you're Yeah, maybe it thinks you're trying to define a method or something. Oh no, because you're missing a curl. You're missing a brace, right? Unexpected keyword and expecting. You need a closing brace, right? Because you open it before the A through Z.
Where?
You're opening it right there before the A through Z. No, you don't need a curly brace. Then you're opening it and you're not closing it. That's why it's going to the next line and expecting you to close.
And define local variable. And method is it?
Yeah, so that's not working right.
Correctly.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something that explains a little bit, because this regex cheat sheet maybe is not being explicit enough how to use, you know. And we have 5 minutes till the other event, so I think it's better if we start another thing, right? Because so you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's see if we can find what's going on. Not sure if to show you. They don't really show you anywhere that I see. It makes it a little difficult for people who are not used to working with regex. Maybe it's just because we're doing cheat sheet. Oh, there's actually a class regex. Oh, okay. So you're still watching?
Yeah.
Or looking at my screen. You see here that a regex P regex is usually delimited with forward slashes. So you can see here, this is a regex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, can you see here? This is more like what we're doing, right? So we have it in brackets, right? But before those brackets, we need a forward slash, and after the brackets, we need a another forward slash, like this here.
Okay.
So I wonder if you go back to pry and if you put delimit in forward slashes, what happens?
So like,
No,
the whole method.
No, the same exact thing that you just had, except for put a forward slash at the end and a forward slash at the beginning. Yeah, and I think you still need a space. Yeah, it's not it's expecting an end of output that you're not. Yeah, like try it again now. Because it wasn't. You see how on it's on number 4 it says prime main and then it has like a less than sign, and then the next line it says prime main and it has a asterisk. So that asterisk means that it's waiting for you. It means that you didn't end the line previously the correct way, and it's waiting for you to end it the correct way, right?
Okay.
So I don't know exactly why. Maybe you need to put everything in parentheses, but you can try it with a space first and see if it works. And then
it's not working.
Oh, so what does it say? No implicit conversion of regex into string, right? Okay. So maybe try it with putting it in parentheses.
Like this.
Or no,
calibraces.
Yeah, in parentheses. And then I think maybe you would take away the space between the width, right? I think. So it still doesn't like that, right?
Yes.
So if we go back to how it's used, so maybe try the a different way. So you can see on my screen how it's doing the regex first, and then it's calling the method match, and then it's passing in this case a string that's f, but ours is already a string. It's a variable, right? So we don't need to pass it in parentheses. We can just pass in the, in this case you have what, a, so yeah, something like that. All right, so that works, right?
Not
Or no?
escape.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's working, but
Yeah, then how is it passed?
no, you want to, that part was correct.
Okay.
I think. I think that what it's complaining about is in the middle where you have a minus z minus. So maybe to simplify it, maybe take out the maybe take out that whole second part, the a e i o u, and just do a through z and then close the brace and see what you get. Yeah, so now it's not complaining and it's matching, right? All right. Well, I'm gonna stop this recording because then I can go put another one there. And
why stop? I thought you can put the same.
Yeah, I could, but then it's gonna be like a 4-hour video, and I think that's way too long.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
We've been in this one for a little bit more than an hour and a half or something, so I think it's okay. And then I can also, because I created the YouTube live event as in like the session 1 of the day, and now I can put it as session 2.
Okay.
And then I'll see you in a second.
All right.
Stop sharing my screen.